Now, it is the current year, so I don't judge anybody. However, if you are really trying to look like a flaming cat girl in the current year, I'm gonna need you to leave the premises right now. Before we hop in this ranking of the Fire Force Special Company 8's abilities, please do me a favor and leave your own ranking and list of them in the comment section down below. Leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, make sure you hit that little notification bell so you don't miss out on any videos that come to the channel. Now, let's get into it. What's up, guys? I got Hunter here, and here we are to rank Special Fire Force Company 8's members' abilities. It is that time. We're ranking everyone who's ever been a member, everyone who will be a member, everyone who was a member in an alternate timeline. I have no idea where I'm going with that. Let's hop right into it. And y'all know, maybe by that intro, y'all know, y'all see the tiers today. We got I'ma need that. We got great. We got decent enough. We got meh. And we got blah. So we all know what's going instantly. And blah. I can't do it, dog. I can't do it. I specifically avoided talking about Maki this month because I knew for a fact, after recording some videos, I knew if I ever sat down and even remotely talk about her, it would be nothing but violence, absolute abuse. Y'all would not be happy with me after I finish saying what I want to say about her character. But to be fair, I'm not even really going to be that mean to her. There are other characters I need to go full savage mode on in this series. But even still, simply ability wise, while it's cool and very, very neat, the ability to amp your mobility ability, you have some good firepower, on a simple conceptual level, if you told me, hey, buddy, yo, what's good? So what I'm gonna need you to do, come with me. All right, I'm coming. So first, I'm gonna tell you about these power sets. You want this? I need some details. All right. So it goes a little bit like this. So you have a good mobility app. You can move around a lot faster. You can even fly a little bit. You can boost yourself into the air. All right, I'm liking it. You got some massive firepower, dog. You can launch off massive plumes of flames. All right. This kind of heat. I like this. Keep it going. All right. You also get a really different aesthetic change that'll stand out a lot. All right, that sounds a little bit sus. I'm not gonna lie, but keep going. All right. Also, by the way, dog, you're pretty heat. You can keep up with some speedy people if you really need to. You got some speed on you. You got some speed and some power. Even some durability behind it. Some extra defense. All right. Okay. That sounds pretty good. But let's go back a few. What was that about visual changes? I mean, you built like a cat girl. Get out of here. I'm not taking it. Here's the thing. Say I'm getting jumped, right? Or I'm getting robbed. What do I do when I pull out this ability? I don't even care if it's the full cat dog. What do I... Full cat dog. But what do I do? If you were robbing me, I wouldn't be mad at you for you to just break out into laughter. I would be ashamed. I'd be like, fine, forget it. Here, have my wallet. Take it. You deserve it. Wallet's probably burnt to a crisp unless it's fireproof. But still, I couldn't respect myself doing it. So what am I to do to expect you to respect me while I look like that? Go ahead, you can have it. You've earned the dub. And to be fair, another main reason I'm ragging on this ability so hard is because it's really only been used effectively, because it's been used a lot. Once? And that was when she was stalling. Every other time the ability's been used, it's been used in good, non-combat scenarios. She used it to catch the two twins. But outside of that, it's the ability hasn't done much to make me be like, yes, this is what I want, this is what I need, this is exactly what I've been desiring. It's not that for me. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't have any unique properties that I can't get anywhere else without the weird aesthetic change. I'm not gonna lie. That's the main thing that holds it back. If I could have all the other perks and I just wouldn't have to look like a cat girl, I'd be perfectly fine with that. But the moment you had the extra little stipulation, extra little dribble dabble, that's when it's like, maybe next time. I got you next time. I got you next round. I'll pay for it next time. I promise you. But this time, not today, buddy. Not today. This is not the wave. However, speaking of ability that's decent enough, I'd say Vulcan's ability is decent enough. I know y'all gonna be like, wait, but Vulcan doesn't have a power kinetic abilities, and y'all spitting. However, being an engineer of his caliber, would I even go to school? I would have to go to school for a little bit, but I just breeze through all them classes. I get a great job, able to live a cool life. That's it. Dude's a whole genius, dog. Legit, man's a whole menace. If you sold half the things that Vulcan has made in his spare time, bro, you'd be rich. Dude's a beast in terms of intelligence. I'll take that. That's decent enough. Sure, I can't spit fire out my hands or anything like that. Spit fire out my hands. Good job. Nice thinking. 12 out of 10 speech pencil. But regardless of that, like in terms of just raw intelligence, I wouldn't mind that. And plus on it, actually, no, he's going in great. Because not only do you get intelligence with Vulcan, but he has gains. That man's a menace. He's swole, dog. Like he's actually pretty beefy. Sure, he's not as beefy as a certain boy on this list. However, in terms of just like being strong, you can kind of rock with Vulcan in terms of that strength. So not only do I get a good boost in intelligence, but I also get pretty darn swole. It's a double combo. No wonder Lisa's rocking with them. Come on now. Like that's an easy dub right there. It's not I'm gonna need that though, but it is great. It is great. It's very, very good. Very, very good. Speaking of intelligence, that kind of goes into, that's decent enough. Because with Lick, I get nothing. I just get nothing but like raw brain power. And while it's very, very cool, it's not like there are no gains involved. There are no gains involved. Like, and I think like Lick's appearance is what drags his intelligence down all the more. Like the anime, I don't know about y'all, but like Lick in the manga is fine to me. But Lick in the anime makes me actively like every single time I see him. Like I don't know what they did to my man, what they did to my boy in the anime, but they just absolutely massacred my G. Like there's nothing good about this man. I just want to hurl every time I see him. But his intelligence is like really, really, really good. Like he's the one who was able to figure out the interactions with Adala in the real world. He was the one who figured out the importance of the different members of the establishment being hopeful instead of having despair in the whole fight with Dragon. He's the one that figured out how to make explosive out of infernal remains. He's the one that essentially supports all of Joker's antics through the intelligence. Like dude's a whole beast. Like probably arguably one of, if not, see, we don't know about the Evangelist. So I'd say the Evangelist is probably the smartest character in the verse. But in terms of our like human cast, his only rivals are really like Vulcan, maybe, and really Hibana. That's about it. That's in terms of like raw intelligence. It may be Sumire, because Sumire is smart. We just hate Sumire. But I don't think this one has Sumire either. I think this is a different list, but and it's good because she's ugly. I don't like her. But enough of that. I think, yeah, Vic's pretty solid. Like these two, he only goes in great because of the gains that come with it and the fact that he's just intelligence. And I feel like I couldn't do as much with the science degree as I could with the engineering degree, so I'm definitely gonna have to put that young boy Vulcan a bit higher. Wait, no. I don't know why my brain lagged so hard like that. I was like, no, his name is not Vulcan. That's the god. That's the Roman god of blacksmithing. I'm like, yes, his name is Vulcan Joseph. And my brain was you spit. So sorry. Speaking of another character who actually, speaking of Lisa. Now you may think I'm a whole mess for that. Like you were just like, hey, yo, didn't you put Tamaki down here because she like got a weird different aesthetic? Well, the thing is, Tamaki's powers always coat her. Lisa doesn't have to turn into full tentacle monster, bro. Like you don't have to become, I can't say that word on YouTube without getting attacked, so I'm not going to do it. But you know what I'm talking about. Like you don't know what to do with the tentacles. What you want, what half of Japan will make you want to do with the tentacles. So I'm fine with that, and I don't have to spawn them on myself. Like, I will legit just be in an alleyway. I don't know why I always, like, my brain always leaps to, yo, what if I'm getting mugged? I have no idea why. My brain always jumps in that scenario whenever I'm talking about, like, what powers I would take or what powers I think are cool. But, like, say I am getting mugged in an alleyway. I'm spawning tentacles everywhere, bro. I will turn new into have seen from Japan. But at the same time, like, also the electromagnetic abilities are cool, too. Like, I get to sort of just freely say no to pretty much every, like you're trying to call somebody. Nah, electromagnetic. Obviously, you're just trying to attack me. Let me hit you with a tentacle of fire, dog. Like, what are you actually supposed to do? If I start swinging, if I just start, bam, launching my tentacle. Y'all are gonna clown on me in the comments. I can already see the comments right now. So, penciling the smacking people with tentacles. Oh, I see what kind of timing you want, pencil. Shut up. But the thing is, I think overall as an ability, it's very, very solid on just like a both offensive and defensive capability, because offensively, obviously, it's a literal tentacle made of fire. It's just a gigantic blunt force flaming projectile. You're not gonna enjoy it. And on the same side, defensively, it's a gigantic wall of fire that I can manipulate with my mind. Like, you could try and shoot me, but it probably ain't gonna work too well for you, buddy. And like, I honestly wonder, because there are some characters who we haven't seen their full on like Adala amps, because a lot of characters are getting them, obviously, in the series. Like, look at these two idiots. Like, they're obviously getting their Adala amps. But, like, I'm wondering what her Adala amp would be. Like, would she be able to just completely summon, like, a Kraken-type fire creature out the ground and just go dumb? And also, the thing is, the reason her ability goes so high as well is because it doesn't always harm people. Like, despite being a living wall or living tentacle of fire, it doesn't always have to burn people. People can just be held, which is pretty neat. I'm not gonna lie. Like, for literal fire, it's pretty darn safe. And I'm rocking with that. That's very, very good. I like that. I like that freedom of usage, that true mobility and actuality. That's what makes it, that's what gives that actual boost in the grade. Honestly, is that an I'm gonna need that? Yeah, honestly, I think Lisa goes and I'm gonna need that just because of like how good her ability is on all. I may have to make a tier higher though. Or I have to drop. No, I don't want to drop Vulcan lower because the gains are too respectable. But yeah, that's definitely I'm gonna need that, like legit, because offense, defense, all of it's good. The only time you could get caught lacking is if like I don't know if it's raining, but even then, I feel like the flames are hot enough. I don't know. I feel like I'm definitely rocking with that. So yeah, that's an easy plus. Oh, speaking of easy, I mean, here's the thing about Hinao. I don't have the Thule on me at all times. I'll admit, I do not keep it on me. Let me just go with that. I'm not gonna say anything. So I don't think I could be in constant use of that ability, and I feel like Thules are rare enough in my life that I don't need to worry about Dr. Choppa with the Choppa. No, I haven't started reading One Piece yet, but I heard that bar in like the Beast Cipher from Swabity. So like the thing is, I don't think it would be useful on a common basis, but considering what Hinawa can do with it, like he can just manipulate heat in certain directions. Like when Karen decided to just go kablooey, that wasn't a bullet. Like Hinawa just threw it at Dragon. So I think if you can just like have full manipulation of flames, I think, or heat in general, I think it's still good enough. It's just not. It's more situational. That's the thing. That's the thing with third gens versus second gens. Second gens basically require that you be automatically on the defensive at pretty much all times. Like you have to. There has to be fire for you to manipulate. Meanwhile, a third gen like Lisa and like all these idiots, like they're able to produce their own flames, which allows them good offensive and defensive capabilities. So the reason Hinawa will be stuck in great is because unless I'm being oppressed by someone with a, like if someone pulls out a knife on me, it's essentially useless. My ability would essentially be useless unless I had the Thule on me myself. If someone pulls a Thule on me, I'm perfectly fine. I'm gonna go put the Thule in the store. But the thing is, on the other fronts, I just don't think the ability is commonly useful enough for it to be on. I'm gonna need that, but I'd still take it. Like it's still great enough. Like no problem, easy dubs. Like it's going in the back pocket. I just gotta hope I don't forget about it, because I may just forget about it because I wouldn't be using it as often. Like, not gonna lie, I would probably just be, well, obviously I'm gonna be in college, getting my degrees if I got these two levels of intelligence, and I'm gonna be in the gym all the time if I'm trying to maintain them Vulcan gains, you know what I'm saying? But in terms of Lisa's ability, I'd probably just be using it casually. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, oh no, I'm almost late to work. Yeah, I'll just grab myself one of my own tentacles and launch me. Like, I will throw myself. And I feel like I could just have like miscellaneous fun with this ability. Meanwhile, this one's so like oddly particular that I don't think it's useful in every single scenario. Now, if I was like an active combatant, and like I'm constantly in combat with firearms, and obviously, yeah, this slides directly into I'm gonna need that. But due to like normal life standards and how common the ability can be used, it's gonna have to go pretty darn low. But speaking of our other resident second gen of the corpse. I don't know. The word core always seemed weird to me because, you know, it's spelled like corpse. Whatever. This is like, Maki's ability is cool, but once again, it's like, I'm not sure how often I'm going to be able to use it. Even less so than Hinawa's really, because Hinawa can specifically, like, take control of guns, redirect the bullets. Like, he can do a lot of extra juicy stuff with the fire propulsion. Meanwhile, Maki very much seems like a character who is built for the world she's in. Like, fire is constantly being thrown around. Meanwhile, in our world, while it is possible she can manipulate, like, the same stuff that Hinawa can, I feel like it's to a lesser degree. I feel like Hinawa has much more fine-tuned control. And just general control of fire may fall just, like, even lower than intelligence and physical strength for me. Because realize how much Maki has to sort of, like, supplement her pyrokinetic powers with her physical strength and like her physical combat. That's not a bad thing, but it's mainly because on its own, unless you're literally being assaulted by a gigantic fireball, there's not much you could really do with Maki's ability. Like off the top of the domer, and tell me if I'm wrong here. Don't be afraid. And I know like if you carried the lighter on you, you would just be able to be like, boom, throw it onto the ground, let a whole flame come up and go wild. But the thing is, once again, it's so dependent on something else that there's a fly in my room. Hold on. He disappeared. Code red. He's gone. I have the sketchbook in hand. If I see him again, he's getting smacked. I am probably keeping this in. If I'm keeping this in, where did he go? That man moved. I have no idea where he went. All right, back to what was I saying? Maki. Yeah, so sorry about that. Maki is like super situational. That's the only thing that holds her ability back. And honestly, while like if I'm ever in a burning building, I'm perfectly fine. But at the same time, it's not like the most high tier of ability that's like, yeah, I'm gonna need that. It's kind of at the bottom of great because of how situational it is. But speaking of situational, but like, yeah, honestly, not even situation. And to be fair, this is like an Iris amped Adala. This is an Adala amped Iris that we're seeing, who has the top tier like fire shield ability, like resisting Shinra shockwaves and holding off blasts from, I believe, Dragon himself. Like that is that. But just like fire immunity in general, a whole fire shield, dog, call a firewall. Forget it, bro. It's free. Like I would definitely cop that. Like there's no reason not to. Because I just get free defense. Like, what are you going to do to me? Are you going to punch the fire? Because while there are multiple people in the verse who probably could pull up and just be like, Iris, that's a nice shield you got there. It'd be a shame if I punched it. Like, to be fair, there are people in verse that can do that. But in our world, I don't think no bullet you fire me is going to get through my fire shield. I don't think no gosh darn fist you throw at me is going to get through the fire shield. I feel like a person dressed in full-on fire-resistant clothes couldn't get through the fire shield with how durable that darn thing. That thing could probably eat a nuke. Because you got to realize, like, how much force Shinra shockwaves, and not even Shinra shockwaves, Dragon spitting. Like, Dragon is a whole beast in terms of power. So, for her shields to be able to just be like, ow, that person, give me another. Like, that's really, really good. And to be fair, once again, it is $1 amp. But considering I am accepting $1 amps for this power tier list, I'm gonna have to give her the easy dub. It's still a whole free shield, dog. And once again, it's a shield. Well, to be fair, we're not sure how wide you can expand it, for one. And two, we're not sure if it has like the same offensive effects as a wall of fire would. Like, we know that Lisa can apparently control the amount of like heat her tentacles have and doesn't have to worry about really burning people or lighting things on fire. We're not sure how much control Iris has over it, but if you can like just either expand it or just run at somebody with your whole firewall, bro, like easy dubs. That's an easy cop that. Honestly, wow, I like burned through everybody really darn quick. Are there no? Yeah, they're pretty sure. Oh, she is here. Watch her have been in the last tier list too, and I missed her. I wouldn't be shocked if I did. I'm kind of an idiot sometimes. However, the thing is, do I cover him? I'ma need them gains, buddy. Speaking of that fly that was just flying around my room, and like if my audio fluctuates, it's literally because I am scanning the entire vicinity of my room for this being. Bro, I'm literally going to annihilate him all 15 different levels of the planet. I will knock him into $1 and bring him back myself. Like, but regardless of, speaking of $1, actually, can we talk about how much of a menace this man's muscles are? Like, bro was literally fighting whole insects that burrow into people and take them to a different dimension. Or like bring a higher dimensional version of themselves from the thought world down to the actual world to take over their body. Man was flexing so hard that these different level bugs just couldn't do anything to him. Was literally flexing off death itself. Like, can we talk about how great the gains are? And like, wow, I'm really doing this. I can't believe I'm sorry, Vulcan. I'm gonna need that. The gains and the free engineering degree, bro. I gotta cop that. But in terms of just gains, bro, like, to be fair, I would have to constantly work out to keep the level of gains. Yo, wait. Yo, if I treat like Akitaru's gains as like a power up, or like a quirk. Like would I be on that All Might level? Would we be on that All Might level where it's like, normally this is my normal state, and this is Akitaru 2, or like something like that? Like would it? Yo, that'd be hilarious. Just be able to flash in and out of the games whenever I need them. But simply put, yeah, like this dude, a whole menace. And to be fair, I know Benimaru was definitely not going all out. But while he was in, I know he was in fire resistant gear and all of that, he was holding back. Like Benimaru was definitely not going all out against Akitaru. My man Obi, he was taking some hits from Benimaru. He was reacting. He was doing good. That's all because of the gains. And yes, I know, effectively on a defensive level, the gains are probably not going to stop the chopper. But at the same time, would they be able to pierce the gains though? Like the gains are just immaculate on this man. They are different. Look at this panel, bro. Look at all the individual sinews of the muscle that are visible. Like you can't tell me this man doesn't have gains for gains. Like this man has the gains on gains. This man has gains in gains. Like all around, man, swole. I cannot knock his hustle. Look at the gains. Oh, but speaking of gains, can we talk about how, actually, no, we'll talk about this man first. He kind of makes me want to throw it. Nah, I'm kidding. Y'all know he's got to go, and I'm going to need that. Honestly, though, to be fair, I think I do like the speed and mobility, but I would not want to accidentally travel back in time. I would just mess myself up. I would be down atrocious if I sent myself back in time. Like I would literally be terrified. I'm not sure if I can handle that. But like in terms of an offensive and defensive ability, while the flaming feet does not do much defensively, and honestly I'd argue that this is better, and this is just better in a real world sense, and maybe even in the world sense. The sheer like mobility and speed acquired, and the amount of flexibility you have when you can just propel yourself, it's just too free. Like, I simply could not. I'm not going to say no. Like, that's just a free power-up that I would just enjoy. It'd be great. Because the ability to just fly through the air and then kick people extremely hard. If I take, like, Shinra's durability into account, like, say I'm just, like, downloading the Shinra.exe pack, and, like, that's my new skin pack, and suddenly I'm as strong and as durable as Shinra with all of his abilities, bro. Like, you know, the amount of dumb stuff I could get away with. And imagine all those bets you could win. Like, yo, I'm about to jump to the Grand Canyon. Pay me $5,000 if you want to see me do it. I know it's a very, very low number, but you got to trick them. And then you hop down all the way down to the last second, and you boost with your fire feet. They don't believe it. They can't believe their eyes. And you live, and then you get the money. And if they don't give you the money, you kick them with your fire feet. Like, all around, it just works beautifully. I think the fire feet kind of be smacking. Honestly, though, it's kind of weird putting it so low, especially considering this is like an Adala amped pillar based ability. But it feels like compared to the power of that money from the engineering degree, compared to the sheer defensive and offensive utility, or hypothetical offensive utility of that, compared to the possible the only thing Shinra has like over all the people above him is mobility. And I do really, really like the mobility perk. You know, like the speed addict in me is going to push Shinra higher than these three. But like the logical person in me knows that these three abilities would probably be useful on a more general close quarters basis. While Shinra's ability in general is just like, it's free hacks. It's free real estate. But enough of Shinra. We got to talk about the final Fire Force one. Y'all know I had to save my boy for last because he's number one. Bro, it's easy. Bro, like the thing is, I forgot. I feel so embarrassed during that versus battle review video for Arthur, because while it was outdated, my conception of Arthur was outdated. I forgot my man was a whole electrical manipulating beast, bro. Violet Flash. I'm just an idiot. But yeah, like this man has one, because he has the plasma sword, then he has the plasma mantle, then he has the electrical resistance, then he has the electrical ability, then he has just reality warp. Like, he has teleportation. I'm taking Arthur's powers, bro, because I literally get a little taste of everything. I need speed. I can take the aspects of speed from Shinra's Rapid. I need to fly. I can legit just fly. I need gains. I can imagine myself with gains, and suddenly I get them. I need to redirect bullets. I can probably imagine it and redirect them. I need raw firepower. I can do anything and everything to not even limit, to surpass my limits. I'm built biologically different than most human beings. Like, quite literally, my insanity is my greatest tool, and there's nothing that anyone can do to stop me. I'm just constructed in a biologically different manner than the rest of humanity. I use your thoughts to make my gains. It's like Ahitoro had to work for his gains. Arthur had to think for his gains. Think of the difference. Think of the difference. Awaken your mind. Accept $1. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I don't know where that came from. But think about it. Honestly, there's like no argument for, at least in my mind, and compared to what we've seen so far, Shinra has to get some dumb amps, some stupid amps, some crazy next level, I'm hopping 5 different dimensional tiers of amps for me to say that he even comes close to Arthur. And let me be real. But to say that he even comes close to Arthur in terms of like powers, like legit though. Why would you even, like, no offense, for him not being a pillar, low key. Now I know this may be like going a little bit dumb, a little bit stupid, and you know Shinra's probably still faster, so he has the $1 amp constantly now. I feel like if you put Arthur in the same room as all 8 pillars and told him to just go nuts, I feel like I may put my money on Arthur for that. Like, I may just have Arthur boloing the entire pillar group because of just how powerful this man got. This dude's a menace. Whole reality warping, the ability to breathe in space, freeform flight, extra defense, extra offense. Man, literally split the planet. Sure, Shinra kicked the moon away, but splitting the entire Earth from a range. Man wasn't even aiming for the Earth. He was aiming for Dragon. Well, to be fair, it's called Earth Divider, so he probably was aiming for Earth. But even still, that level of power. I know he had to go to his absolute limits for that, but even for before that, freshly equipped starring Arthur is an absolute menace. Best power set, most diversity, most abilities, most power, probably a decent amount of speed. Everything, bro. Free. But that's my list. That's what I think. What do you guys think? I'm actually super interested to hear it because of like how sort of wonky and wild this cast is with their powers. Because you sort of have like, I'll stop being mean. I'll put it in decent enough. But the thing is, I'd say like, even for the people who don't have powers, our 3 who do not have any special abilities, the gains are immaculate. The engineering degree is immaculate. The easy free science degree, immaculate. And obviously all their abilities are just really, really strong. Some are situational. That's the thing. Our 2 second generations are super situational, and thus I cannot fully rely on them. But for the rest, it's just pure heat. But that's what I think. Please tell me what you guys think in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is that guy with the pencil, writing off.